Hi everyone, it's Christina from Card Creations and More by C, and tonight we're going to be making a super cute Eastery type of card. So to get started, I've already gone ahead and gotten my card base ready. It's just going to be an A2 size card, and it's going to be this way, and I've already gone ahead and adhered one layer on the inside. We're going to be working with a dark purple paper, and I've got a light blue mat. And then, so we're going to go ahead and set that aside for a minute, and we're going to be working with our mat that goes on the front of the card. And what I want to do is, I'm going to be using some grass and some ribbon up there. So I want to go ahead and get my grass ready. Now this is from a Martha Stewart border punch. It's a grass punch, and I'm using a pastel green. And what I like to do to give it a little bit more dimension is I take my forest green Stays On ink, like so, and then I'm going to go ahead and flick my grass against it, like so. Okay, and try not to get it on my fingers. Just the tips. Okay, and what you get is a little bit of dimension. Hopefully you can see that. Just a little bit of the darker green ink right on the tips of the grass, and that is a really nice contrast. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other two pieces quickly. Do about 5 flicks per section. Okay, that one got a little bit much, but that's okay. Hopefully we can hide some of that when we put it on. And so this is just, I like to use my Stays On ink sometimes just to, not very much into distressing. I'm not a very big distressing type of girl, but I do like to use inks in this type of way, just to kind of accent. I don't really like the whole look of making things look old. I'm not into that. I have to admit, I know I'm probably strange, but I'm just not. So, okay, got the grass all set. Now we're just going to start layering some of this down. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple of strips of ATG right here. And actually, let me see something. I got a little bit of ink flicked on here when I was doing that. So I'm actually going to use this for the back side instead. Just need to get this ATG off real fast. Luckily you can just roll it off with your fingers. Okay, one more strip. I just noticed when I was flicking over top of my mat, a little bit of ink got onto it, so I don't want that to be in the part that shows with the blue background. So we're just going to take this ATG off. It's going to be easier, I think, than getting it stuck to my craft mat. So, okay, we're just going to treat this as our front. ATG run again. Okay. And then we're just going to kind of line this up. I'm going to go just a little bit lower than where it was, and it's a little hard to tell when you can't see the edge, so we're going to go like that and trim that off. Okay. Now whenever I'm doing grass like this, I personally really like using at least 2 to 3, sometimes more layers of grass. I don't really like the look of just the one layer. So what I want to do, that'll probably be behind the bunny, so that should be okay, is I got a little extra ink in that spot. But that's okay. And I have to trim off this bottom part too. I decided I didn't want it quite as tall as the paper that I put it on. Okay, so get rid of those pieces. Alrighty. And piece of grass along the bottom. Just trying to decide. There's the one that lined up right about there. Okay. We're going to have to trim again. See, it's much easier to start with something that's too long than to try to make something longer. So that's why I don't mind doing this. Okay. Okay, as you can see, I've got a little bit too much green ink there, but our bunny's going to have to go in that area too, so I think it'll be okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to run a little bit of purple ribbon up here at the top, and I think I want my bow to be down here, so I'm going to run some ATG like so, then I'm going to take a little break from it and run some more. This way, if you can see that, I've got a gap without it. And that's where I'm going to slide my bow into place. And I'm just going to line this up. This is like how thick is this? A little bit more than half of an inch thick, but less than 3/4 of an inch. I get this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. They have all sorts of colors, and I think you get 15 feet worth on the roll it works out to be, and it's only $1. And they have lots of pretty colors, so I really like this kind of ribbon. And then because I left that little hole without adhesive, we should be able to get this ribbon put right through like so. And then I just want to go ahead and tie a bow. Now, one time I was working on a card, and I kept trimming it too small, and I didn't have any more with me of the ribbon that I had used, so I ended up using another shade with it, and it turned out that I really liked the two-tone ribbon look. So I decided this time I was going to do light purple paired along with white. Now, whenever you're working with ribbon, you do want to make sure that you burn your edges. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just using a normal lighter. It's actually a lot easier though with a candle lighter, if you have one. Mine actually ran out. I haven't gotten a new one yet. So, whoops. Okay. Don't light the ribbon on fire. Okay. Just have to get the tip of it off. Just give it a little bit more. Yeah, you've got to be pretty quick. Ugh, I hate regular lighters. You have to be pretty quick about it so that you don't actually start to burn it like I just did. Okay, so that's going to be our cute little bow. I think our little bunny rabbit is actually going to go on this side of the card, but I haven't decided. Or he might go a little bit in the center. Well, I guess it should be a she, since it's a girly bunny. And, okay. That looks cute. I think what we're going to do is adhere this layer down, and then we're going to embellish it. Okay, I'm going to do 4 strips of ATG, maybe a 5th one since it's a little bit heavy. And, okay, just want to line this up nicely. I really love dark purple for this border. I just wanted to accentuate the purple in the bunny. I decided not to do pink, and I usually do my bunnies like a light tannish color, but I decided to make a white Easter bunny with this one. So I really like how that one turned out. And then, I'm not sure yet where I want to place my bunny, but I do have some single clumps of grass here. I thought that I wanted the bunny on that side, but now I'm debating putting my bow on the other side of the card, which is possible. It's just going to be a little bit trickier. I want to see what it looks like on the other side. I thought I had this all planned out, but apparently not. So, okay, this is a little bit tricky, trying to move it. Okay, I got it moved now because I'm thinking I want to put the bunny over there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, now I was thinking about putting my sentiment on a cute little white cloud. And I actually picked up these punches at Joann's the other week. They had a super good sale, and I had a coupon for 20% off of sale items. And so I picked up both of these sizes of clouds, and I love to use clouds, so I thought I've got to have these because I got my grass punch, so I got both sizes, and I got a super good price on them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bigger cloud, I think. I'm going to kind of put a cloud over there. And I was thinking about maybe doing one other little cloud. I'm not sure where I want that to go though. This is the process sometimes that you go through when you're trying to figure out what you want to do. It gets a little complicated. I think I'm going to stick with just one cloud. One cute little cloud in the sky. That'll be good enough. Okay, and then I have a couple of little extra clumps of grass that can go down here in the front, along with some flowers. So I think we'll go ahead and get those glued in place. Alright, I'm just going to use a little bit of Elmer's Craft Bond glue. Just put the glue pretty much at the bottom so that the top of the grass kind of sticks up a little bit. And we're just going to stick that down here in front, a little bit more clumps of grass. And I'm just going to put each one down real quick, and we might add a couple of flowers to it. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. I love working with scenes and grass and clouds. It's my favorite. Well, I just had the scene blog hop last week, and that turned out fabulous. Everybody did such a great job, and I really loved it. I was so excited to see that over 100 people stopped by my blog to check it out. So that was my first time hosting a blog hop, and I was so happy with how it turned out. And I think we're going to put a couple, 2 or 3 flowers there. So let's get those ready. These are from some punches that I have, and they amazingly enough go together even though they weren't together. The smaller punch is just this little, I don't even know what brand this is, but it's just a real tiny little punch. Oh, it's EK Success. And then a micro maker from Creative Memories that has flower. So that's what I'm going to be working with. And we're just going to go ahead and put dabs of glue. And I like to layer these 2 flowers so that you can have a darker and a lighter layer. And we'll go ahead and put dabs of glue there. Okay. And like I said, with the Craft Bond glue, it sets really quickly, so you don't have to hold it very long and you're good to go. I really love, I know I use that Craft Bond glue. It's not my primary adhesive, but I use it on little things all the time, and I think anybody should have it. It's really worth it. Then we're just going to go ahead and lay these 3 flowers down. And I think we'll use some more Craft Bond glue. Okay. I'm going to put one right here in the middle. Just for a little extra touch. I'm really loving this bunny with the purple. It's super cute. Okay, there's our extra little flower. Alrighty, we're almost done. The next thing that I want to do is stamp my sentiment, and that's going to be, it says, "Some Bunny Loves You," and it's from Scrappy Mom Stamps, and it's from their Charmed Life set, which has some really cute things on it. And I thought, how cute that'll be for Easter. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that. And I'm using my Royal Purple Stays On ink, and I do want to go ahead and see how this is going to stamp on the textured paper. So a couple of times just to play around with it, and if I don't like it, I'm going to use regular. love that. So I think I'm going to use a non-textured paper. I think it's going to be safer that way. So I just don't necessarily care for how things stamp on textured paper. It's a little bit different, and I'm not sure if it's for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put, yeah, that's perfect. Textured paper, it makes it kind of sketchy looking. Okay, so we have a super cute little cloud here to go with our bunny, and debating if I wanted to pop that up, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to use my Zig 2A pen and glue that right down. Okay, so I think the bunny's going to go about there. So we'll put the cloud right about here. Some bunny loves you. That is so cute. Okay, and I think we're going to go ahead and, I know I want to pop the bunny up. I'm debating just popping up its little head and ears and adhering the body right down to the card. So I want to think about doing that. Put a little bit of glue and adhesive there. Okay. So I've just got adhesive on the bottom portion. I'm going to line him up where I want him and get him stuck down really well. And then we're just going to put a few pop dots behind. Okay, I just want to try to squeeze a few pop dots back there to raise those up. Sometimes, just like with the dinosaur card that we just made, it's just a nice touch sometimes to do that. To just raise up portions of something. And I like it, especially when you want to just accent one thing more so than another part of it. And I like how that turned out. Kind of keeps his body a little flatter and his head's kind of popping out. So I think that turned out super cute. I hope you like it. I might do a couple of little gems down here on the flowers and maybe up there before I finish it. And I am going to take my purple Jelly Roll pen and do some stitch lines around that cloud, like I did with the bunny. And I'm not sure if I'm going to add any stickles or not, so you'll just have to stay tuned for the picture that I post with the video to see if I embellish it in any other ways. And you can head on over to my blog to check out all of my projects at cardcreationsbyc.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching, everyone.